Hello there everyone, welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre and it is a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. So Nintendo has recently had like a bunch of different announcements that they've made. You've got Shulk confirmed for Smash Brothers for the 3DS and the Wii U. Iwata talking about how Nintendo will be handling DLC. And Miyamoto basically jumping out and saying, hey, we're not going to be trying to sell to the casual gamer audience anymore, like people that really just don't spend a whole lot of time gaming, basically. I'm not even going to say casuals or people who don't play games, but they don't spend a lot of time playing games. They don't like to dedicate, they more or less don't dedicate their time to playing games. At least that's the group, that's how I figure what he meant. Those people he was talking about. And then we get to see the new 3DS, and I'm kind of indifferent. I mean, I want it. I'd gladly go get it, and I'm also a little ticked that Japan gets it like well before we do, seeing as they get it October 11th of this year, which will be October 10th over in the States. But by the time they get it anyway. I'm just like, wow. Firstly, like I said, I'm indifferent. I want it, but I also feel like a lot of people feel this way as I've gone and perused a bunch of different forum boards and things like that. Yeah, news for this spread like wildfire. It's everywhere. But there are plenty of people who are ticked off of Nintendo because they made a hardware revision. The 3DS has been around maybe three and a half years for now, but this hardware revision actually changes enough that there will be games specifically made for it. I'm indifferent because I kind of want it. I know I definitely want it, but I kind of don't want to have to buy another piece of equipment to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3DS and I am also happy because this means that there won't be as much price gouging for Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS. I mean, well, Xenoblade Chronicles in general, there won't be as much price gouging. And I have a feeling that both of those games will be out around the same time as each other. So, my time's going to be screwed. Firstly, I will be getting an XL model because I know once it comes stateside, it'll be the new 3DS XL. So I'm gonna get an XL model. I'm keeping this one because this is precious to me. As a piece of gaming equipment, this is precious to me, even though it has scratches and dings on it. But that's from me being a parent and having kids. And I opened mine up, as you can tell. Most recently, I was playing Project Cross Zone, which is what's loaded back here. The new 3DS will feature shoulder buttons up here, additional shoulder buttons. So you'll have LR, LZ, RZ, or ZL, ZR. Said those backwards. You'll have your standard 4 buttons here, but then there will be the little C button, which is, it's going to be up here. That's an odd spot, I'll admit. I don't think I'll have any trouble using it, but that is an odd placement. Either way, obviously this won't change much. I think the XL model screens will be the same as the current DS XL, 3DS XL, but from what I've heard, the smaller models screen will be slightly bigger. I don't know for sure. I think that's what they said. This is a lot of this information. Oh crap! Oh, I'm sorry, yawned. A lot of this information is coming from the Japanese videos that give release information. They're changing around some of these slots and where things are placed, and I think they're going to have a microSD slot rather than a standard SD. So you'll probably, if you have like a 3DS and you do get this and you want to transfer over your information, you'll probably want to get a micro SD card of equivalent storage size or something bigger before this comes out, or by the time this comes out. I plan on getting at least a 32 gigabyte micro SD card for it when I do get it. Oh man, I like I said, I'm just kind of indifferent. I want it so badly, and it's going to have improved CPU speeds and things like that. It'll support HTML5, and like I said, it'll have the additional buttons. Now there was one person who probably thought along the same lines as I did, and that's Kaiser AMV, or I'd probably say Kaiser AMV. He's somebody who generally usually responds to my Google Plus postings, and like will put up interesting stuff that I like to end up going into and reading, which deals with gaming and technology. He brought up an awesome point saying that this is probably, oh yeah, before I get to that, Amiibo support will be directly in the device because it will have the NFC chip in it. So yeah, it'll be a step above this. The platform will still be available for these, I'm assuming, because Nintendo wouldn't want to just completely alienate a crowd. But what Kaiser has said basically was that Kaiser said basically was that, and I agree with him because that was my thought process, but this might be a way to better integrate the 3DS with the Wii U. If the button setup is almost exact, well, buttons are pretty much exactly the same. You have generally the same control options. It might allow for a better integration of the two platforms, which will allow more games to be cross-platform between the two, which would also open up room for more cross-compatibility as far as things outside of gameplay. But we'll have to see. That's something totally up to Nintendo. But with the fact that they've said that they're trying to combine their handheld and home platforms, this looks like it's the first step in that direction. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to be getting one. And Nintendo, stop robbing me. Stop robbing me. Just give me a moment to breathe and like look at my money, please. but no, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm looking forward to it, even though at the same time, like I said, I don't want to buy another 3DS, but I owned 2 DSs, so I don't think this is going to hurt me to have a second 3DS, especially one that's going to be an improved version of what I already have. Now, I am a little concerned about all that information transferring that has to happen and things like that. Hopefully they'll make it a simple process, and it looks like they're going to be working on setting it up so that you can utilize your PC if you upgrade, or after you upgrade, or if you just purchase that one and that be your first model. If you want to change out your micro SD card, and you might be able to use your PC afterward to transfer information back and forth. As far as what I've heard, I don't know for sure. I mean, Nintendo has to release a little bit more information on it, but like I said, I'm kind of looking forward to it. And at the same time, before I forget, it will have improved 3D features that are better than what are currently on these models. So that's a big plus. I mean, it's not the biggest thing out there, but probably make me use my 3D a little bit more. Well, my 3DS. I do use it from time to time because I like how some of the effects pop when you use the 3D on it. But sometimes it's just like I don't really feel like having it on. Plus, my battery lasts longer without it. But anyway, I'm pretty much done. Well, I am done. So thank you very much for your time and for listening to me sit here and rattle on about something I know very little about. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, please enjoy your games.